Previously on the Boston by Rail's ultimate railfanning vacation. So, Folkston, Georgia. We've seen it all in this series, haven't we? Long trains, local operations, and foreign power, all at any hour. Well, coming up in episode 3, we will finish one of the most triumphant Boston by Rail's adventures to date. Stay tuned. Waking up before the hour of 6 a.m. is never something I try to do on purpose. However, when there's trains to be seen, getting up at the crack of dawn is always a must, and Folkston is no exception. The first trains you can guarantee through here in the morning are Amtraks, in what I like to call the Amtrak Parade. First is the southbound auto train around 5 a.m., with today's rendition consisting of an Amtrak Dash 8 trailing. Next up at 6:37 is the southbound Silver Star, right as the sun peaks over the horizon. Being a teenager means always being hungry, so after the Silver Star cleared, I rushed over to McDonald's for a quick breakfast. My Egg McMuffin was acquired just in time for the next train, a northbound loaded phosphate to Cicero, Illinois. Check out that YN2 liter, a first for me. And check out that DPU power, another first for me. Following directly behind the phosphate is a northbound manifest with a nice EMD locomotive trailing 3 of 3. Continuing the Amtrak parade, wasting absolutely no time, was Amtrak's southbound Silver Meteor to Miami. With the parade over and the mid-morning lull beginning, we had no plans to stay in Folkston. Instead, we drove west to the next best and busiest spot, Waycross. Waycross, as YouTuber and rail expert Danny Harmon says, has Florida's rail yard. Here, at Rice Yard, is where almost all of Florida's railbound traffic originates and is transferred. You can find almost any type of car or locomotive here. It is simply huge. Today, however, we are hoping to see two unique things here in Rice Yard, the first of which we just found. Waycross holds one of CSX's largest locomotive deadlines, with some locomotives aging to times way before CSX was anything like it is today. These beaten and beastly locomotives all have unknown fates, given CSX's strange track record of rehabilitation. It is hoped that CSX will rebuild many of these locomotives, but I don't know if that will actually happen. Seeing our next Waycross gem required the drone. Our friend Nick, a master drone pilot, had it in the air in no time, and we were soon flying over to the engine shop with hopes of catching a glimpse of the two sister Pan Am Railways F units. These two F units, now owned by CSX, have an assortment of rumored futures, from B&O paint to holiday trains to just sitting there until they get scrapped. I'm not going to make any sweeping assumptions, and I'm just going to wait to see what happens. Over on the other side of the shop were more cars that used to be on the OCS with the F units. I'll definitely miss seeing these locomotives and cars up north, but hopefully they make their return someday soon. It was now getting later in the day, so after exploring some local Waycross attractions, we began our trip back to Folkston. As we cruised down Route 1, we paralleled the tracks on our right. The thought kept crossing my mind, what if we have a race with a train? Well, to our luck, only moments later, a fast-moving phosphate train appeared on our right. The chase was on. We managed to catch up with the head end of the train relatively quickly, and we soon pulled off at a location known as Race Pond. At Race Pond is the unique Race Pond Defect Detector, a large high-tech contraption used to analyze the makeup and safety of passing trains. Soon enough, the glimmer of oncoming headlights signaled to us that our phosphate train was approaching, fast. With the phosphate cleared, the chase was not yet complete. It was on to Folkston. And sure enough, a symphony of train horns was there to meet us as soon as we arrived. Notice how my brother tries to have a horn battle with the train. Pretty funny. With dinner time fast approaching, it was time to prepare our big Folkston cookout. I'd say we put the Caboose grill to good use. Hamburgers made by the one and only Nick Delahaye made for a meal I will remember fondly, though it may have helped that there were trains nearby. And as the day went on, the hamburgers got devoured, and trains kept on coming. And almost as a way to say farewell, the last train of the day was two trains at once. First on the far track is CSX IO26, an intermodal bound for Bedford Park, Illinois. Racing it on the close track is Amtrak northbound Silver Star PO98, headed north towards New York City. Hold your horses, there's one last train, with a beautiful sunset behind. This really felt like a good wrap to the trip. We spent the rest of the night having fun and enjoying trains. My brother even brought out his car with a train horn to show the virtual Railfan camera. I'll say, it was easy for me to forget that I was even railfanning on this trip. Usually, my railfan trips are stressful and exhausting, but something about Folkston created a perfect trackside environment. It couldn't have been any better, and I would say that this was the ultimate railfanning vacation. Thank you for watching the ultimate railfanning vacation. I really hope you enjoyed watching this series as much as I enjoyed creating it. I would like to thank the people at Railside Lodging for making this caboose, and the other cabins in Folkston. It brought such unique people into my life just for 2 days, and also created some experiences I will never forget. And to you rail fans out there, Folkston is special, and I couldn't rate any other place in the country higher than this place. You've really ought to check it out. So, until our next adventure, I will see you all again soon, out there on the rails.